The meeting Ashish story goes like around 12 years back, and we knew each other from campus. We both graduated from IIM Bangalore, and we were next door neighbors. So literally the first face I saw after I entered campus. We did a ton of stuff in campus together, different Cult Fest and Management Fest and stuff like that. And both went our own ways after campus. He went to McKinsey, I went to Cognizant. And after that I joined at Yahoo in Bangalore, and he came to Amachitra in Bangalore. So that's when we started meeting again. Literally every weekend for dinner, and we used to keep talking about the whole startup ecosystem in Bangalore. One thing led to another, and he was leaving ACK in 2011 end. So we said, let's do something. And after sort of a lot of different ideas, we sort of revisited some ideas that we had in 2010 when we were setting up our own homes, and we were trying to buy furniture, and we just couldn't get a place which was trusted, had great products and great designs. So after a lot of ideation and brainstorming, we said that's probably the biggest consumer need. We went and analyzed the space, and seemed like a massive space, a massive consumer need, a massive need in terms of not finding just good products, but even a great technology solution to be able to sell. And what we also figured out was there was no solution in the world out there. Right? So we said this is a problem that seems to be super exciting, and we were passionate about solving, and not like a replica of something that worked in the US. So marriage of passion and practicality in terms of business size and user need, and passion in terms of solving an unsolved need. That's what led us to start Urban Ladder. This was around January 2012, and we launched in July 2012, approximately 3 years back. Everything is a challenge in one way, and I think the top 3 challenges would be, one would be probably the supply chain, the sourcing part of the supply chain, because there's lack of access to good product, there's lack of access to good design, so we've had to work grounds up on a lot of the product part. Even the delivery part of the supply chain, there aren't too many well-trained staff out there to be able to give a great consumer experience. The roads are bad in India, so you'll have to figure out a lot of innovation in packaging to make sure that products don't break when transported. And to that extent, I think supply chain has been a big challenge. The second problem and the challenge, I would say, is just sort of scaling up against the the maturity of the ecosystem as well as maturity of the consumer to buy. We've done a lot of stuff, innovations on the technology front, but certainly scaling up on the consumer front has been something that we've had to take care of from a sourcing front as well, and that's been a sort of a big challenge. I think these are not 2 big challenges. I think always an ongoing challenge is people, getting really smart people. I think we've been pretty okay on that front. We've been able to get a bunch of really smart people to join us, but that's going to be an ongoing challenge with a number of startups in Bangalore right now. So that's still work in progress. In the last 6 months, and I think in the next 6 months, there's going to be a ton of work that's going to be done on just the logistics system, because this is a product that's so big and also so intimate to a customer's house, and you'll have to track that product right from the supplier's place till all the way to the customer's house. Also, the customer needs to be in their house. They can't take delivery in an office or somewhere else. Essentially means that tracking that product, and there's a lot of different payment options that we allow. People can pay only 20% upfront, people can use a Bajaj EMI loan, and various different modes of payment. So tracking every single paisa that the customer pays us to the last level of detail, tracking where a particular customer's order is in its after-sales service, because we provide after-sales also. So there's a 3-year or a 5-year warranty based on the product to make sure that the customer's warranty is honored. Tracking all of these different details requires a ton of investment across the entire ecosystem in tracking different entities, and to that extent we are evaluating technologies like GPS, RFID to make sure that the product has complete visibility for the customer right from source to destination. We are also working with a lot of different finance companies to make sure that we're building our own internal databases and integrating all of this together with a lot of fail-safe mechanisms to be able to not miss a single transaction through this entire ecosystem. When you're doing thousands of transactions a day, you want to be making sure that all of this has fail-safe mechanisms. So there's a ton of investment and a ton of work that's happening just on the technology on the back end. I think mobile plays a critical role for us on 2 fronts. One is on the internal systems front, which, as I said, as the product gets tracked across the board, Our service staff on the field have mobiles to track the product, take customers' feedback, input all those details right on the field. But mobile plays an even more important role for customers, because one of the biggest starting points for us was to be able to sell this product through the web, right? And no one in the world again had sold furniture through the web. So we innovated a lot on the storefront, on the desktop, and now we are transitioning a lot of that innovation onto the mobile. On mobile, the device is so powerful because you have it always with yourself. We can also go one step further. And when I say one step further, that essentially means that you can actually visualize the product in your house. You can also see and feel the fit of the product in your house, right? And to that extent, think of a solution where you get a lot of inspiration, you create, you drag drop, you make this whole look the way you want, including the colors that you like, the budget that you have, and the products that you want. And with just one click of a buy now button, all those products land up at your house, and your house looks as beautiful as you saw in the mobile. All of this is possible. We've also taken mobile one step further by going to augmented reality and the virtual reality route. We actually have integrated apps for Oculus Rift. We're working with NextVR and a whole lot of different tools, because we believe that in the next 2 to 3 years, that is going to be mainstream. And we are very early on that whole journey. There's some blow-away experiences that are possible on those devices that the customers cannot even think of or visualize today. Well, it's too early for us to be giving advice, but I think 2 things that have worked out really well for us is, one, a lot of focus on product and design, both digital product and physical product. So I think product management and design as disciplines are things that one of the co-founders at the co-founder level needs to focus on. And 2, I think what is important is we've said no to a lot of things on our journey. And even today, there are a ton of new ideas that keep coming up. And we, for the sake of focus, make sure that we don't try to buy too much than we can chew. And that's always helped us even in our journey early on. When we started, we were all India, and then we actually rolled back within 45 days to only 3 cities. And we lost 35% of business. But that was the best call that we ever took. And there are a lot of such calls that we took or we rolled back, which have always helped us. So I think doing fewer things than more is the other thing that has worked out really well for us.